Well, today I'm going to try to fix my old table saw. I've had this table saw, oh Lord, probably since I was 18 years old. It's got a few problems. This handle is loose and it's almost impossible to raise and lower the blade on this thing, and that's been that way for a good 20 years. I keep meaning to get around to fixing it. Also, it's got where my pulley's coming loose. I can't get it to stay on there good. I like this one though. It's very simple. It's all located in that one piece of mechanism there. The table itself tilts so that you don't have to tilt the whole saw. I've got another one over there that I found at the dump, to be honest with you. But this one has a good mechanism in it. The saw blade and everything works, but it's missing this whole little piece right here, which I would have to make. And to be honest with you, it's even though everything works pretty well, it's not as heavy or as well made as the old saw that I've got over here. And my experience from the past has been that if you take something like that, take it apart, oil it all up, put it back together, a lot of times you can fix it. Well, it didn't take me no time at all to get this thing apart. This thing is, no wonder it's a good saw. It's a Rockwell home craft. I think this thing was probably an antique when I got it back 30 years ago or more. Anyway, I was able to get the tabletop right off of it. Just a couple of screws took that off, and a couple of screws took it off the table that I had it sitting on. It's kind of interesting. When I opened this thing up, I was looking for a way to put oil in there, and I thought you'd drop oil down in that little hole. I flipped this out of the way, and there's like a little piece of cloth that's wrapped around the blade shaft. You put oil on that, and that stays. The oil stays wet, and it lets a little bit of oil dribble down onto that shaft a little bit of the time. One of the problems I've had is this blade is loose, but I should be able to pop this screw out, this Allen head screw, and adjust that. The other thing is that my pulley keeps coming off the blade. I can see this looks pretty wore out, and I keep putting this back on there and tightening it back up, and it keeps coming off again, and I don't know why. Maybe it isn't on there far enough, or maybe it's on there too far. Maybe I need to get it just in the right spot. The pulley is a little bit bent up looking and warped. Maybe I got a better pulley than that laying around that would fit that tighter, so I'll look into that. There's a good chance I do. I've got pulleys and things around here. The other thing is to get this thing where you can raise it up and down. This part raises and lowers in order to adjust the height, and you can see it's really hard to turn. Like I'm almost not able to turn it without putting both hands on it. But it looks like there's a screw shaft down in here, and if I could get oil, I'm thinking to go down in there to the screw and lubricate that, and as well as lubricating, looks like these two shafts here slide, then maybe the thing would come up and down. That's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, I got some oil. I'll turn this thing upside down. I was trying to get these two pieces apart, but a little bit hard to do, and it doesn't seem necessary. I did manage to get some oil. Well, first thing I did was adjust this blade so it doesn't move anymore, and then I got some oil down in the gears and on these two shafts that this thing works on. The head of the table sits right here, and you adjust this up and down by turning the screw, which moves this whole mechanism up and down. I'll show you. Before, it was almost impossible to turn that, and now you see it's all the way up now. It's about as far as it goes, and then it comes down real easy. Once that's on a table, it'll be even easier because it won't have that wobble factor going on there. But you can see that is, oh, just tremendously better. I think I can live with that. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. The blade turns smooth. What I do is I adjusted this pretty tight, so it's a little tight, but there's a paper bearing in here, and I'm okay with that rubbing a little bit because it'll smooth out in a bit. I guess the next big deal is to find a pulley that's better than this pulley to put back on here. Hopefully one that'll fit on there a little tighter and stay put. I got a bunch of pulleys upstairs. I'll go find another one, and then we'll try that. Okay, I wasn't able to find a pulley that fit that, but I was looking at my other one, and there's an Allen head pin that goes in here that tightens this up on that shaft. It would only go in about that much. It wouldn't turn any farther. What I wound up having to do is rethread that pinhole so that I can turn that in there deeper I don't know if you can see that pin in there or not, but it should go in there deep enough to make good contact with the shaft. There's a flat spot on that shaft that rides on to keep that from turning, and the reason it wouldn't stay on there is I would tighten it as far as it would go, but when it went as far as it would go, it wasn't far enough to be firmly up on that shaft. So I should be able to put that on there now, tighten it up, have it stay put, which means I'll be ready to put the saw back on the table and get it running. Okay, I got it all back together over here now. I think it's good to go. Table's on it, everything's nice and tightened up. Makes a little racket. I had quite a bad vibration in this thing a while ago, and it didn't take long for that pulley to come loose. I put the pulley back on there, I reversed it, and I kind of got the line a little straighter for my belt. And look what a difference it made. How smooth that is compared to before. So I guess I just learned something. Pay a lot more attention to how I line up that pulley in the future. Anyway, there's that.